As you know, you should all be boycotting McDonald's. So in this video, what I want to do is give you guys another option. So instead of going to McDonald's with their shady business practices, we're going to try this place called Slam Burger. Haven't been for many years, and they've got some alternatives to kind of McDonald's-y style food. Believe it or not, guys, this was one of my first ever reviews when I was a wee young lad. I did Slam Burger many years ago, and I've been brought back. Right, so what are we going to go for first? I think McDonald's most iconic thing is probably their Big Mac, maybe their cheeseburger, maybe if you're Abner, if you're Asian, it's the fillet of fish, but we're gonna do the actual Big Mac. I think it looks pretty decent. I've had a Big Mac or two when I've been abroad in the past. What we're going to do in this video, we're going to compare it to actual McDonald's. I'll give you a fair view, whether I think it's worth it or not. Now, this Big Mac here, firstly, I like the actual version of Big Mac sauce. Is it better than McDonald's? It's close, but no. However, I would rather have this, and it's just a little bit less good, but feel morally free. Have actually not something bad on my conscience, you know, rather than, whoopsie, my napkins just went off flying. I'd rather have something like this, so I feel good about it, rather than feeling really negative, thinking I've contributed to a bad thing, right? So if you have a craving, just come here. Just come here for the Big Mac. I mean, it's solid. It's almost as good as the real thing. Kind of why not, right? Next, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like McDonald's have this, like a chicken burger. I think I've seen it before, like a chicken legend or something along those lines. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I'm lying. I feel like that's true. Chicken Muck Legend or something like that. So we're gonna try this next. This is a spicy one, which is decent. I'll be honest, this I'm like neither here nor there with. One thing I'll say is everything that I got was only £15, which is decent this day and age. But this I'm kind of neither here nor there. I think the spice is decent. The chicken has got like somewhat of like a rubbery kind of feel and taste to it, which I'm not really a fan of at all. It's definitely frozen. Frozen doesn't always mean bad, but in this case, it does. You have to be grateful for the things that you have in front of you. So alhamdulillah for that, I'm very grateful. But moving on to every Desi's favourite thing in the world from McDonald's, the fillet of fish. Do you guys want to know the secret to what makes a good fillet of fish? So the patties are often quite actually easy to sauce. They're not that hard. The tartar sauce, there's this Polish variant which tastes exactly the same. It's not hard to sauce. The buns themselves are not hard to sauce. However, there's a specific machine that McDonald's have that you can only put in 2 buns at a time, which basically steam the bun in a very specific way. And I think the machine is like 15-20 grand. It's very expensive, and it just does 2 buns at a time. So, and McDonald's just have loads of that machine. And that's what gives it that kind of springiness, that really warm kind of feel to it. That kind of, it's steamed, right? So like a steamed bun, it's just, this obviously doesn't have that. But let's give it a go. Let me show you the tartar sauce. I don't want anyone to go to McDonald's. Some bias might be showing here, but look, if it's not great, it's not great. I was honest about the Big Mac. I was honest about the chicken burger, so I'll be honest about this too. As far as fish burgers go, it's okay. It's not bad. Would I compare it to the fillet of fish? Not at all. It's not similar. Patty's completely different. The tartar sauce has no kick. The buns are completely standard. It's not brioche or anything. So I would not. Sometimes these guys get a hard time because, or other imitations, because people would say, well, why are you trying to copy McDonald's? Look, if there's a famous burger shop in town, do you know how many burger shops are going to copy that burger shop? 50. So it's okay to see something, take inspiration from it, and then add your own twist. Sometimes it's okay just to try, you know, Coca-Cola came around, they made Coke. How many Coke variants do you see? There's loads. That's okay. There's nothing necessarily wrong with that because they're catering to the halal market, and that's a great thing. What I would say is if you are trying to take that and, you know, improve it, use like a proper brioche bun. Like, well, why not do that? Copy all the elements. Find their tartar sauce. Like I said, this begins with P. It's a Polish brand. You can find it online. Just use the same one. Like, they're McDonald's for a reason. They've nailed it, man. Like, I want to rep a halal version of that, and frankly, this just does not compare in like any way. I would have loved to be like, do you know what, it's 10-10. However, not to plug myself, and also I did a review of this a while ago and I said the same thing, but I think I'm making my own fish burger, and that's how I know all the ingredients of McDonald's, because I'm going to put my own spin on it. Yeah, that'll be in the HEYMAN food arcade, so make sure you stick around, follow, so you get more updates on that. Next thing, you know, I've never had one of these. Even abroad, I've never had their little 69p cheeseburgers. They seem to do really well, right? Got a gherkin, bit of ketchup, bun, little patty, bit of American cheese. Like, it's kind of cute, like, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of cute. Obviously, this is absolutely minuscule, but it's supposed to be, right? I mean, look it's just tiny, man. I imagine the McDonald's one tastes just like this. In which case, I would say, that's great. Would I rush back to get this personally? No. But people like the McDonald's variant, so therefore, instead of going there, if it tastes the same, it tastes the same. I guess it's just not, this is a tough video for me because this isn't my style of food that I normally eat, but what I do want to do is give people places or give people ideas of places to go where instead of going to McDonald's, you can go somewhere else that replicates that style of food. The difficulty for me is I don't eat this style of food. That's kind of the difficulty for me. Moving on now to the chips, which is a healthy portion, I would say. They're McDonald's chips, they are. Do you know what? These are 10-10. These are 10-10. They're actually really nice, and they're salted too. I did the McDonald's salt their chips somewhere to do it yourself. And then they gave me one of each sauce, which I'm actually, little secret, little confession to make to my audience. I'm not a saucy guy. I don't really have much sauce at all. If the burger's got a little bit of sauce in it, that is enough for me. I don't have that much sauce. Do you know of any places that are kind of like that where it's I don't know what I'm trying to say. You know, places that are like kind of like dupes, is that the right word? You know, for example, like you got KFC. If you know a place that does burgers like KFC, let me know. Or a place that does burgers like Burger King, that kind of stuff, just let me know. I might make a little playlist where I'll even go into like supermarkets and stuff, and I'll get versions of things. Like I just did a video for Aldi where I tried their dupes, and that was really good. That was actually really fun. Now with my business, my HEYMAN food arcade, that's launching very soon, I probably wouldn't go down that route personally because it's just not the kind of food that I eat regularly. However, I do eat the filet of fish. Like that is I actually do enjoy that. So I've made my own, which is 10-10. However, don't take my word for it because obviously, look, I've spent a better part of a year constructing it, so I'm going to say it's 10-10 because I spent so much time and effort, and we've had so many back and forths with the ingredients and making sure it's perfect. I'm going to think it's perfect because I spent so much time on it. What I'd want to say is, look, try it yourself and just let me know. And if it isn't any good, just actually tell me, because I want to have a business where I take on people's feedback, because I don't know everything. I do eat at a lot of places. I think I've got a decent palate, but at the same time, you know, if you make something and you give it to 100 people, 99 of them say it's rubbish, one says it's nice, instead of having confirmation bias and listening to that one person, you should probably listen to the 99. But yeah, hope you guys are excited. I'm really excited to start the arcade, actually. It's going to be fun. But I'll talk more about that in another video. I'll tell you guys kind of locations, when we're opening. I'll show you like videos and all that kind of stuff when it's all ready, but that'll be coming out really, really soon. Anyway, that's enough for now. There should be another video somewhere on screen. Make sure you watch that. Do make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe. That would really, really help me out. And yeah, watch another video, have fun, and I'll see you guys in that next video. Bye, 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 bye.